Nonsense Zone, episode 2. I'd like to say hi to my co-host, Lenny Bruce.
Hello, Andy.
Hi, Lenny. How are you?
I'm good.
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 You look good. You look good.
Oh, I feel good. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, you do. I mean, like, we're roughly the same age. You're a year older. I see a lot of people our age, and I'm like, who's that old fuck over there? You know? Oh, I don't feel that way about you. So I mean, I think you're doing well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right back at you.
Ah, thanks.
I think it's the Hazelnut 7.
It might be the Hazelnut 7. Yes. Yes. For a long time, Len's been accusing me of dyeing my hair with Hazelnut 7.
I think it's Hazelnut.
Would be the tint, I guess. Would be.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I threw the number out there, but it's almost like a happy medium number, so it's not too dark and it's not too light.
That's true.
Maybe a little on the darker side, but
there's a lot of white in here, so I'm not doing a very good job.
Maybe 4.5, but
4.5.
You gotta bump it back up to 7.
Okay, I'll under advisement. I will definitely.
I'm here for you,
go
pal.
with that. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's great.
What do you got in store? What do you got in store for this fine episode?
Well, we got some stuff to talk about, but first I want to kind of talk about last week's episode. It went pretty well, I thought. I'm sure at some point we'll look back at it and be like, "Wow, that was crap." Yeah, but yeah, I thought it went well. I unfortunately had to cut half the show out, so I guess maybe we can recap or recover some of that information. But we had some sound issues.
I was gonna say, was it time restriction or more of the audio?
No, we have no time restrictions. My goal going in was going to be around 20 minutes, but we'll definitely go over that sometimes, and there might even be times where we go under. So, but yeah, we don't have any time restrictions. It was just definitely that sound quality is really bad. I don't really want to put that out there, so cut it. And luckily, we got all of the airplane story, so that was my favorite part of the show. So we were able to keep all that, and we got 122 views, which I'm told, talking to other podcast people, that's not bad for a first episode with no built-in following. So we'll keep going from there. I would ask, if you're watching this, to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is the only way we could possibly get paid for this. And like I said in my commercial leading up to this, we probably never will anyways.
No.
But
this will be fun.
Also, we have a website. It is www.nonsensezone.com.
Sorry, I had to play with the microphone.
It's okay. It's hard to resist. It's right there looking at you.
Yeah, it's like got a little R2D2 thing going.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. No, that one specifically does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you know who R2D2 is.
Yeah, that's about all I know.
I remember in the 90s when they re-released the Star Wars movies, and I made the mistake of bringing Len to see Empire Strikes Back, which is my favorite of the Star Wars movies. And he did nothing but pick on the movie from beginning to end.
I still don't know what Star Wars is about.
He kept calling Chewbacca the stupid ape. This stupid ape just keeps yelling. And
shut the hell up.
And what was the other? Oh, yeah, just the constant pew, 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 pew.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I still don't know what that movie's about. There's a plot, right?
There is definitely a plot, yes.
Huh.
Yes.
Yeah, I have no idea.
What would you say your favorite bad movie is?
Bad movie, like?
Yeah, so there are bad movies that that watching it, like, oh, this movie stinks, but I'm enjoying it. I'll throw one out, give you a little time to think, but mine is Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Yeah, I like that movie.
About a shitty movie, though.
Yeah.
I mean, terrible acting, paper thin plot. The actors won't even watch the movie.
I think that's why Mickey Rourke had all that horrible plastic surgery, because he doesnn't want to be known.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, he doesn't want to look like Harley Davidson anymore.
I just don't like this. I don't like it. I don't know.
Cheesy dialogue, and but I love it. I sit there and watch it, and like, oh, it's a cool movie. But I always tell this to my. So I've been watching, obviously, religiously watching Cobra Kai. And enjoying every second of it.
Yeah,
but then
it's a good show.
I was arguing with my cousin because he says it's so good, and I said, "Oh no, it's crap." I mean, it is so stupid. and I can't look away from it. I mean, it's I enjoy every second of it, but it's again, not really much of a plot. The acting's not all that great. Stuff like that big throwdown that happened in the high school, like with like 30 kids, you know, like in a mob fighting each other, that would not happen. So
it's like
just
a
sit
lot
back
of
and enjoy the movie, and it's fun.
It's a lot like just any action movie. It's like, how many times could a human being get kicked in the face? You know, especially a supposedly a 17-year-old kid. How many kicks to the chest and kicks to the face could they? It's like,
I take one and I'm down.
Yeah, that's all.
Probably crying.
I mean, I get it. I mean, it'd be a boring movie if Rambo took everybody out with one single shot.
Right.
Well, that guy's good. Yeah. It was bad enough, but yeah. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. Yeah. I really don't know. I do like that movie.
I put you on the spot. Yeah, on that one, but
yeah, I don't know if I could spit one out at the top of my head.
Well, you can keep pondering that.
Yeah, I'll agree. I'll agree. I do like Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. For a shitty movie, I don't know. It's all right. Well, the thing is, they never did say that they all had a gay romance with the old man who owned the tavern.
Well, that's why they were so upset.
Yeah, they killed him.
Yeah.
Back to the death thing.
He's dead.
Oh, I got one beef with one of my favorite movies I could share with you.
Let me have it. I think I know it. I think... Go ahead. I'm going to see if I'm thinking of the same one.
It's probably the same movie, but probably not the situation in the movie that you're thinking. But I'll throw it out there.
Roadhouse.
One of my favorite movies is the Fast and the Furious. The first one. Whether it's Fast and the Furious, I don't remember. There's too many of the damn things now. And I don't really care for the way they went. But anyway, the first one, loved it. The only thing that I get is the scene where Brian O'Connor goes to that fancy mansion there with his boss, and they're discussing Toretto and everything that, that's going down with Toretto. You know how many scenes they probably cut out of that movie where they kept this one scene in, and I shake my head every time I see it, is after Brian gets all upset and he gets into a physical altercation with one of the other detectives or whatever, to smooth things over, the lieutenant or whatever gives why don't you make us a couple of them iced cappuccinos? And he goes, regular or decaf, sir? He goes, decaf. And I'm thinking, really? There's probably car chases, there's probably sex scenes and all kinds of other garbage that they cut out of that movie, but they kept the iced cappuccino. And he pondered over it. They wasted 30 seconds for this guy to
valuable screen time.
He had a hard time with it. Decaf.
Mm-hmm.
It's Fast and the Furious. He went with decaf? Didn't he want to boost morale in the room? He pondered over it. Regular decaf, sir. Decaf. So
there is some actor that had one throwaway line and it got cut from the movie.
Yeah, they kept that.
And they kept that.
What, bitch?
That person's like watching the movie going, I got cut from the movie and you kept the
decaf? I get it. And he went with decaf?
Yeah, who goes with decaf? What's the point?
They all watched that movie when it was done. Like, this is the version we're keeping. Vin Diesel and all of them, their big debut. And he was like, yeah, good call on the decaf. Good call. You hesitated, but you went with the right choice.
Sure.
Decaf. Like, they should have fired that asshole right there. Like, this ain't working. This ain't working.
It's no good. It's no good.
No.
See, I thought you were gonna go with, and we've talked about this. Well, first, before I get to that, what I thought, I'm not gonna talk with. Well, what's wrong?
You're gonna bring it up, aren't you? You're gonna bring it up. You're gonna bring up that movie, aren't you? Is it the movie I'm thinking of?
I think it. I don't. I thought you were going in a different spot with that.
Okay.
We'll just jump right to that. I thought you were going to go Roadhouse. The fact that Roadhouse, Patrick Swayze fights like 4 million dudes and does awesome, and then this old man in a suit shows up at the end, the main villain, and Patrick Swayze had a really hard time putting him away.
Kick everybody's ass.
You've talked about that a lot in the past, and I thought that was going to be your choice.
I forgot about that. That's very well could be it. I mean, that man ripped another man's throat out. he rolls across the only senior citizen, one of the only senior citizens that he had to talk to or deal with through the whole movie that was against him, and he almost lost the battle.
Yeah, that fight was tooth and nail. I mean, it could have gone either way.
And if it wasn't for the town folks that came in with their weapons, you know, I mean, come on. Yeah. And then another thing about that, I love the movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Patrick Swayze fan too. But
it was a great movie.
Wade Garrett, could they have picked a guy to have to portray that he was in that bad a shape yet still a badass? I mean, they could have made him a little more youthful, and they could have made him a little more agile. I mean, the guy would limp around on a bad knee and be, but that hurt now, doesn't it?
I liked Sam Elliott in that role.
It
made it easier to believe because he was an over-the-hill tough guy.
Yeah, I get it.
His best days were behind him, but
they stabbed that son of a bitch.
They stabbed him.
They stabbed him.
Yeah,
because you know what? He wasn't as agile as he should have been. Serves him right.
The only thing that could have been better is if Walter Matthau played that role.
You son of a bitch. You know what's funny? I wonder how many people argued, like, Walter Matthau is dead. The last episode.
Right. Yeah, I thought of that. Yeah.
I wasn't sure anybody really...
We're well aware that Walter Matthau passed away quite a while ago. Yeah. Every now and then, I'll throw out on Facebook, just because I'm old and I'm one of the only people that still use Facebook, but I'll just randomly throw out, Andre the Giant died. And somebody will always come right back and be like, Andre the Giant died 20 years ago. I'm like, yeah, but he did. And I know
that's like
my statement was not... My statement was accurate. I mean, Andre the Giant did die.
He's dead.
I was just... Yeah.
That's like my ongoing Kirby Puckett jokes.
Yes.
I mean, he's liable to... They're going to draft him. Well, do they draft in baseball? I'm not even sure.
Yes, they do. They do.
They're gonna draft Kirby. He's coming back.
This is the year they bring Kirby Puckett back.
Mm-hmm. He's been doing a lot of fishing and he's obese.
Well, to make the Minnesota Twins competitive again.
Yeah, Kirby.
They need to bring Kirby Puckett back.
One of the only reasons why my Kirby Puckett joke went on and on for years is because he was one of the only baseball players I've ever heard of. He was an obese African American man who played ball.
Didn't he have one eye?
They always said, "Good eye, Kirby. Good eye." It was his only eye.
Yeah. It was a good eye.
I think one was blue, right? He had one blue eye.
That was the only one.
I'd like to smack him right across his face. But he's dead.
I hope someday. No, he's dead.
Actually, is he dead? Yeah, I think he is dead. Is he dead?
Yeah, he's dead. He died a long time ago.
I like saying that. I don't know why. We're all gonna die anyway, so we can pick on it. And Kirby's dead.
Yeah, of course.
And Walter Matthau. He's dead too. Andy, he's dead.
Walter Matthau?
This is over.
Yeah. All right. So going back to, it would mean a lot to us if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and
we can all have laughs together.
Exactly. That's the
point.
At
everybody else's expense.
We're here to make people happy at other people's expense.
I love being picked on too, so I always have. I've always got the bad rap of picking, but I always like a good picking back. I love good pickings.
So here's the thing, and it's something that as I've gotten older, I've focused on more, but now I'm really trying to not tell jokes about anybody that I wouldn't tell about myself. And sometimes if I'm not sure, I'll just pick on myself. And people have made the mistake of being like, dude, you've got a horrible opinion of yourself, or you've got such a confidence problem. No, it's not that at all. It's just that I know I got a good joke here, and I know I'm not going to be offended if I say it about myself. Now, what sucks is when people start chiming in, like piling on,
you
like,
know,
yeah, you got that right.
Well, who better to pick on you but you? I mean,
exactly.
What the point out, and you know. So, but when other people do it, it's still kind of funny.
It can be, yeah, definitely.
I mean, let's face it, we won't go down this long road, but anybody watching this, and between you and I'm not picking on anybody or saying anything, but what I will say is, if our generation, if growing up and going to high school when we did, with the group of people we went to school with, if there was such thing as, I don't know, bullying, or, I mean, we were friends. We considered each other friends, and
we were horrible to each other.
We gave each other the business all day, every single day.
So when the Jackass movies became popular, some of the guys on the set of Jackass said that during filming, from the minute filming starts to the minute it stopped, their stomach was tied up in knots, not knowing, and that's what it was like in our group of friends. I mean, because I was constantly a nervous wreck because I knew at some point it was going to be pointed at me, and it was going to go on for hours. And yeah, and
it did.
And it did. Oh, hell yeah, it did. And that's what it was like. It was like the Jackass movies. I mean, it was,
man,
and you knew it was going to be. It was going to be brutal. It was going to be rough and embarrassing. Everything on the list, but at the same time, and I don't think I was ever as bad to other people, but I was bad enough. And I'm the heel in a lot of people's stories, probably, or a heel, not the heel. Wrestling terms: heel's a bad guy, babyface is a good guy. And if it helps, I will just say I spend an unreal amount of time when my mind goes quiet and I'm not busy thinking, man, if I ever bump into so and so, I really owe them an apology.
Oh God!
And not that they even give me a second thought, because what do I matter? But it's still just like, yeah, that bothers me. I was really rude to so and so. Yeah, But anyways, here or there. I don't know where we were going with that.
No.
But anyways, thank you for following. We've got 11 subscribers. I've watched some of there's people that I follow, people that I hope to have as guests maybe someday, but on the show, and they always say our goal is this or goal is that. So I mean, I would like to say in this week we could maybe jump from 11 subscribers to 12.
Oh, that'd be living.
You think so?
Or Andy,
or 1,000.
Oh, or Andy,
1,000. 1,000. No, 12. 12 would be better,
dude. 12. 12.
12's the goal moving forward. We get. Yeah.
Oh, Andy.
It'll be great.
Oh, you mentioned a lot. You mentioned a lot in the last episode. Did your mom end up watching it?
She did. She did. She enjoyed it.
I was like, I wonder if she really did, because you mentioned it a handful of times.
I did.
I was like,
well, I wonder. I can always count on my mom.
Hey, yeah. God bless her.
Yes.
She might be.
Yes.
She might be one of the 11.
She might be. She didn't tell me. No, she's not going to get into that nonsense.
Yeah. Or she could be our 12.
I'll watch you guys. But following? Yeah.
Who's got time for that bullshit?
I don't want to follow every little thing you do, Yeah. My obligation ended with you years ago.
Get out. Get out and stay out.
My mom's the sweetest person you ever meet.
Get out. So what do you got on the news? Anything? Just spot anything?
I have some
funny?
Stories. I have some stories. One story, and there's another airline story, which reminds me that we got to get somebody from the airline industry in here to talk with us and answer some questions for us.
Amelia Earhart.
But I think I'm going to save that one. But I saw that one, and as I was reading it, I'm picturing myself. I kind of explained this to Len earlier. I was like, I might have to read this and not laugh. And so far, I failed every time. So so we'll see if I make it through this one. So that'll
give
be
it a shot.
Interesting. But you know what? We can just start right off with that one, because that one's a winner. So let me jump right to this.
Some of these feelings might get hurt, but they're not going to watch anyway. So
I don't think so. I don't think anybody's feelings are going to get hurt on this one.
Good.
So this was an article in People magazine. The headline: excessively farting passenger reportedly, I'm sorry, I already screwed up. The excessively farting passenger reportedly causes American Airlines flight to turn around.
Son of a bitch. That lucky bastard.
This was written by somebody named Brian Anthony Hernandez. He says, an American Airlines passenger reportedly passed gas loudly and bragged about it on a recent flight from Phoenix to Austin. A fellow flyer documented the smelly incident on an Austin subreddit. The plane was forced to return to the gate and the passenger was removed. The flight was reportedly delayed. See, I already failed. And the plane ran into some unexpected flatulence and excessively gassy passenger. This is just being repetitive. Anyways, on January 14th, the incident was documented. Somebody says, I was seated near the row the situation occurred, the passenger recalled. While the airplane was still in the gate, the documentarian says that they heard an audibly disgruntled and maybe hungover man. He reportedly exclaimed, "You thought that was rude? Well, how about this smell?" as he proceeded to loudly pass gas. And then,
you filthy bastards.
The guy goes on to say, I don't know what provoked the comment. And while kind of funny to overhear, it was uncalled for, especially coming from a grown man on an airplane nonetheless.
Oh, dear.
But the transgression did not end there. The man who just purposely farted moments ago decides to loudly and condescendingly yell, "Hey, everybody, let's just eat the smelliest food possible all at the same time," he said, seemingly referring to the scent of his fart.
I want to be friends with this guy.
I read this article and I thought of Len.
Oh, and he's my hero. He just became one of my heroes.
In response, the man in the next row reportedly remarked, "If you don't like it, you can fly private." To which the gassy passenger replied, "That's so fucking rude." And another passenger chimed in, "I think we'd all agree that you're the rude one here." The spat continued with the flatulent flyer responding, "That's just so low class," before another nearby passenger said, "Well, you're at the back of an economy flight with the rest of us." The scuffle caused the plane, which had left the gate, to turn around, and it was delayed for 30 minutes.
Flatulente.
At this point, the flight crew had to get involved. We get back to the gate, and a flight attendant comes back and informs the fart man that he will not be staying on the flight, and he simply replies, "I don't understand." And she says, "Well, they'll talk about it with you off the plane."
They'll explain it.
He got up, grabs his bag, and quietly exited. And they all, I sense a pun here, breathed a sigh of relief when he was removed.
They missed him. You know damn well they missed him after he left.
I think so, yeah. A similar, more severe incident occurred nearly 2 decades ago on another American flight, according to Wired magazine. On that journey, a passenger reportedly lit matches mid-flight to mask a fart, causing the pilots to make an emergency landing.
Hey, you'll thank me later. You know how many people on that plane wouldn't admit it, but they like that man. They envy him. Yep, and they missed him when he was gone.
I'm sure there were a few that thought it was hilarious. I'm sure there were a few that were pretty disgusted by it.
You know, especially if he was a gross guy in general. That would have added to the, it would have added to the anger for the people that were appalled by it, but it would have added to the humor to the people who enjoyed it. If it was some clean cut fella, they'd be like, stinky son of a bitch. But if it was a big slob, they'd be like, wow, what a stinking slobby bastard. I hope he was just a fat, disgusting slob. Why doesn't that guy live down the road?
Maybe he does. They didn't say where he was from.
It's funny. He might do that everywhere he goes. He might be at, the post office. Sears.
It could be Sears. That's
why a lot of Sears are closing down. Like, you know what, we can't deal with this guy anymore.
He threw out Sears. I'm like, why didn't you just say Kmart? You know?
Yeah, the big K, the big K.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're doing.
Here's a blue light special. Yeah.
I gotta catch a flight tomorrow to go see Granny.
Well, imagine, you know, it would suck though if you've ever missed your connecting flight because your plane got late. That
explain
so your half hour. You know, going back to that. Imagine the guy had to explain to people why he got kicked off the plane.
Sounds like they had to explain to him why.
Yeah.
Well, farted 4 to 6 times every 30 seconds. Yes, sir. And you're disgusting. You're gross. Me? I'm the reason? You stink. You're a fat slob. And you stink. They had to explain everything to him. You're obese. You're gross. And you're full of flatulence. And you need to go. It's time for you to go. There was probably some important people on that flight that were like, yeah, I would have made the anniversary party, but some fat ass was shitting his brains out. Turned that son of a bitch around, and here we are.
Was in the back of the plane. First class couldn't even smell it. I don't see what the problem was.
No, deal with it. You bought the ticket. You're sitting in coach. You sit next to the fat, flatulent slob.
Sir, you had me. I lost it when you said, sir, you're disgusting.
It's news that he's never heard before.
Me?
Disgusting. I'm appalled.
I've never been treated so. But you know, and the fact that he thought he was being clever too by throwing out, you know, basically, I like them apples.
Yeah, he thought by playing dumb he was going to get away with being flatulente.
Nobody gets away with flatulente.
You know, I wonder if he just like nonchalantly kicked back and like let him ease out, or if he was just a belligerent fuck about it. Like, there's another one for you. You know, whiffing it right back.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. Well, that I mean, I never heard anybody do it the way or word it the way he did. But when he said, "Let's all eat the same food, the same smelly food or whatever," that was his version of breathing in.
Somebody or some buddies were sitting with him. Sitting right next to him, you know, like, And of course, you can't really go against the guy too much when you're rubbing elbows with him. So they were huffing it. And they probably had to be a little friendly, like, appalled, but, you know, like, it ain't so bad. I mean, this guy's a slob and all, but we just exchanged, you know, email addresses.
I thought we were going to be friends.
Oh, man, this isn't going to happen. I've changed my mind. You slob.
Well, I mean, and I don't know if you even remember this. I do, because I have a stupid photographic memory when it comes to stupid things. But there was a time, I was a young single man. I knew one of the executives at the place where I worked had a single sister. And everybody was like, ooh, introduce me to her, because they'd seen pictures and she's really good looking and everything. Lo and behold, you and I go see, with another friend of ours, go to see the movie where Mel Gibson can understand can hear women's thoughts.
It was we wasted our money on watching that in the theater. What?
Well, it was a weird choice, but I think we just decided we were going to go see whatever was playing. And so we went. And we ended up sitting next to this executive and her single sister. And I thought, ooh, maybe this is the moment. And then you and our other friend proceeded to fart through the entire movie.
Yeah, we took care of that.
Every now and then I thought I would hear Len laughing. And I'd be like, there's nothing funny about that scene. And then all of a sudden it would like, oh my God. And it just went on for the entire movie. It's a fact where they clearly knew it was us, because we're like, you know, like 19, 20-year-old guys, like, you know,
whiffing it their way.
So yeah, I don't know if you have any recollection of that, but I mean that's basically your airline scene.
Well, see, we wanted to see if they could read our minds to see if we were the ones with the flatulence.
Yeah, they did.
We kind of themed it with the movie. You know, reverse roles. Do you think they know? Do you think they know?
I know what women want.
Yep, that's what they want. All right.
Len mastered the art of the silent but deadly because I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm like Booger Presley, except he was a burper.
That's true. Yes. But then you also had a moment where they called Roto-Rooter into where you were working because
yeah. I took 5 good years off the maintenance man's life that day. I was going for the door because I went all the way down the staircase. I had my exit, but the door started to jiggle. There was somebody coming in, so I had to hang a hard right. And here he come. He walked right into it. That poor son of a bitch. I knew it was bad. I knew it. Right out of the gate, I knew it.
That's not the moment I'm talking about.
Oh, no.
You were at a different job. I didn't work with you. You were telling me about
it. Yes. That's a true story.
You were on like an assembly line type job, I think. And you're just wow. Somebody commented about one that you had just ripped, and you're like, I heard they're having problems with the sewer here.
Yeah.
And it just kept going on and on until they called Roto-Rooter in to check the sewer.
They had every top dog on that shift hovered around the lid of the septic tank outside of this huge warehouse, and they're all looking down like, oh, yeah, there it is, you know.
Yeah. And it was you.
I was over there like, yeah, it's horrible in here. Horrible. It was a fast-paced, you had to keep at what you were doing, and there was probably 5 of us, and none of them knew, but I was like, man, there it is again. This is horrible. Ugh, slob.
Yes.
I cost a company money that day.
You did. Yeah. You did.
It was funny because you would think that when break time or lunchtime came around, they're like, you know what? I think it's cleared up. I think everything's all right now. We got back to the machine. I was like, nope, there it is again.
Nope, no, it's back.
There it is.
Yep, there's something wrong.
They should have let us go home early that day. We're all in there huffing them nasty fumes. Close that place down. You can't expect us to sit here and breathe us in all day.
They brought OSHA in.
We can't work under these circumstances. We're gonna have to shut this place down. The septic tanks obviously just backed right up.
Ran them right out of business.
Yeah, I think they're out.
So not to stay on this theme. I apologize for staying on this theme, but that kind of rolls into our next story. An exploding toilet at a Dunkin' Donuts store in Florida left a customer filthy and injured, according to the lawsuit that this person filed.
Filthy.
Excuse me. A customer has filed a negligence lawsuit against Dunkin' Donuts claiming that he was injured by an exploding toilet at one of the coffee chain's locations in Central Florida. He's seeking $100,000 in the lawsuit that he filed on Wednesday. He said he has suffered severe and long-term injuries following the explosion of a toilet in the men's room in Winter Park, Florida.
Well, I'd love to know the injuries. I would love to know the injuries.
No, I don't think they ever get into that either. But after the explosion, this gentleman was covered in human feces, urine, and debris, and he walked out of the men's room seeking help from the workers in the store. And the manager, and the store's manager, and according to the lawsuit, the employee told him at the time that they were aware of the problem with that toilet since there had been previous incidents.
He's not the only guy.
It's one of those, you think you're having a bad day.
Yeah, he had to come out because there's no other way out of there. If there was a door that went into an alleyway or something, he would have been golden. He'd be like, I gotta get out of here. But he had to walk out. And hurt. Supposedly he was hurt and battered.
Yeah, he's injured, injured, covered in feces, urine, and debris.
Corn. I wonder if corn was part of the debris. Just, you know,
debris.
Covered in debris. Like, well, you can call it debris all you want. It's got to be corn. I mean, what other debris could there be?
No, there's no other debris.
Peanuts, stuff that's notable in human feces. It's got to be something that's not digested all that great, like corn, peanuts, stuff like that. Maybe peppers. Yeah. Sometimes there's a pepper in there. You feel like a pepper. He came out covered in feces. They called the manager in.
He wanted to talk to somebody.
Like, I got something to say. I'm covered in feces and debris. Andy,
help me,
Andy.
I am still not 100% healthy.
Well, at least you're not covered in debris.
Over. At least I'm not. Yeah.
So the debris I get. The feces, that goes hand in hand, but what was the injury? Did he slip and fall on his way out?
Was he sitting on it at the time? I mean, because
that could be.
I mean,
what the fuck?
Lift him right off the floor, maybe.
I wonder if he even said. I wonder if he said the word debris. Like, I'm covered in debris. What is this filth?
Yeah, he might have said debris, and so now he'll have to tell the story in court.
Yeah, in court.
Could you explain what happened to you that day?
Oh,
well, you see, I had just finished work where they called in Roto-Rooter because I was stinking the whole place.
It all started at the warehouse.
It was bad. It was bad.
Could you describe?
OSHA came in and
yeah. Could you describe the debris? Oh. I wonder if he would, like, debris. Sir, was there corn involved? He'd shamefully say, yes. That's where he's going to get his settlement,
right?
Pain and suffering.
I wasn't going to vote in his favor until I heard about the corn.
Corn could be tough. Corn could be tough. Take a guy's eye out. He should have talked to a manager. He did. He called the manager in. I want to be the manager on when that happens at what was it, Dunkin' Donuts?
It was a Dunkin' Donuts, yes.
Because they're going to have to explain what they were up to. Like, I was just putting a fresh tray of fritters into the warmer when Mr. Phillips came out covered in debris.
I mean, maybe they gave him a free donut.
Oh, he's going to get corn fritters. Corn fritters. The rest of his life.
They'll name it after him. It's a new menu item.
Yeah. We'll schmooze him over. Like, you know what? We can't call it the debris fritter. We're going to have to call it the corn fritter.
You see people dumping their iced coffee.
It's not good for business.
That's not good for anyone.
That's not good. It's just not good. No. I mean, look, the guy's covered in debris. How am I supposed to finish my croissant? I wonder if he drove himself home after, talked to himself the whole way. Because you see people nowadays in a car by themselves with the mask on. What did he do? He was covered in debris, feces, and whatnot.
Right.
He drove himself home a sloppy shit and mess with debris.
Mm-hmm.
Feces and debris. Sick son of a bitch. Imagine him getting pulled over for speeding.
What
the fuck? I'm covered in debris and corn and shit.
Sir, step out of the car.
Oh, here we go.
You're clearly unwell.
You're under the influence.
They commit him to the psych center. This crazy bastard.
This guy would do anything to get out of a ticket.
Just driving around covered in feces and debris.
Look at the debris in this car. Huh? You sick son of a bitch.
It's gotta be crazy. Gotta be crazy.
You shit your pants, you rubbed it all over yourself to get out of a ticket. You're one sick bastard. You're probably that sick bastard that was on that flight that was canceled and turned around.
It's the same guy. He got kicked off the plane, and to soothe his hard times is I need to go to Dunkin' Donuts.
I gotta get me a fritter or something.
Before I go order my fritter, I'm gonna clean house a little bit.
Freshen up. Make me a deposit. I don't want to get kicked out of here. That's karma in its finest. Holy shit! The debris! Andy! Andy!
Debris.
The fucking debris in here! That's all he kept saying to everybody who would listen. The manager, the police, the SWAT team probably came in because of the debris.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he kept.
Well, there's debris.
There's debris. There's debris.
Requesting permission to go on premises. No. There's debris.
There's lots of debris. We need backup. There's debris.
Call in. Call them in.
Did you say everybody. Feces and debris? Oh, fuck yeah, there is. Oh, yeah. You know, how do cops keep a straight face when they have to go write down what happened? Like, so, what were you doing before the explosion? I was shitting. Yeah. I was minding my own business. All of a sudden, eruption, debris, and feces.
So, I mean, I have always said, you know, I mean, I'm a human being. Of course, I've been upset with a police officer here or there when I got in a ticket or stuff. But no, I've always said, you know, the police, if anybody deserves your respect, it's a police officer, because they're the ones that don't know if they're going to make it home at the end of their shift.
Agreed.
And when you add into that they might have to deal with feces and debris and write that into their take a statement.
One or the other, but both. You know what I mean? When we have debris, you have debris. When you have feces, you have feces. But both.
It was actually feces, urine, and debris.
Oh yeah, there's urine too. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they said
that guy had a day.
So we are setting a standard as a really highbrow show.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Yes.
People be watching stuff like this around the dinner table for I got another one of them calls. You know what I mean? I should give everybody the number, you know? No. I get more calls from people I don't know. No. But anyways, they need debris. They need debris.
Yeah, they need debris. Helpful tip: do not answer those calls.
That's what I hear. Yeah, you'll get
with AI now. They can clone your voice.
They can.
Next thing you know. Yeah, don't answer. I know in the past people have liked to mess with people with the robocalls and stuff that call you. Don't do it.
You know, maybe you should answer the phone like Pee Wee Herman. That'll throw him off. Let's get into Pee Wee. You want to get into Pee Wee? Pee Wee's dead.
Oh,
He's dead.
No. We talked about Pee Wee. Yes.
Yeah, we lost Pee Wee, that silly son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. Fuck him.
You know, he lost his show. He lost his great show just because he wanted to go catch a dirty movie and have a paddle.
The guy wanted to touch himself inappropriately. Let him have it.
It's good for your health. It's good for the prostate.
They called it the Playhouse. They didn't say why. They just figured because he pranced around, he was a 40-year-old guy clicking his heels like a little fairy.
They never really talked about the stains on Cherry, but
Cherry wasn't having it, but she dealt with it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would probably be a Me Too thing. Where I
love Pee Wee, but let's face it. He touched himself. Inappropriately.
There's nothing inappropriate about it.
No, it's true. He made love to his hand. It's
good for you. It's healthy.
It is healthy.
Good for your health.
It is. I'll live forever.
Yes. You were the champ.
I always tell people, loved ones and friends, if you cork off before me, you can watch me do just about anything. Just let me yank by myself.
Yeah.
Turn a blind eye. You gotta have a little privacy. You know, cordial.
Yeah,
cordial.
Yeah. But if it's like me, my loved ones, they don't listen to anything I say.
No, they're gonna watch.
So I know they're ghost watching.
They're gonna watch. Yeah. They're gonna watch. Mm-hmm.
Every now and then you throw up a random, just so you hope that you were pointing at them.
Yeah. Let them know. Put them on the spot.
Does he see me?
Yeah. I see you over there, you son of a bitch. They see your O face.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what? Fun. People like Pee Wee Herman had a O face. Yeah. When Pee Wee pleasured himself, when it was all said and done, he owed.
Oh, he did.
Whether he knew it or not, there was an O in there at one time or another.
That's true.
I wonder if he ever made Pee Wee noises. You know, think? That was.
I would be disappointed. I would be disappointed if he didn't.
Maybe,
but you know, I mean, it goes. There's other people. Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean touches himself.
He does.
I think my light just dimmed. I think Pee Wee's here.
What?
Pee Wee. No, Pee Wee. Yeah, you know.
I made a spirit joke the other day that did not fly. Every now and then, you know, yeah. See, I mean, I was at work and somebody had the door propped open, and another person didn't see that the door was propped open. They stepped out of their office and it was like 30 degrees in the hallway. And he says, "What?" He's like, "What the hell is going on out here?" I said, "There's an evil spirit somewhere in this vicinity."
Oh no!
He just looked at me and he wanted none of it. He stormed Great Path.
You scared that man. You scared him.
Yeah.
You scared him.
Wasn't funny. It was
you scared him.
To say, I thought.
You scared him. That man makes love to his hand. He does. He makes love to his hand.
At least has.
Oh yeah. But chances are, if he has, he will again. Maybe once he gets over being scared about the ghost. He was scared. He doesn't like you. I mean, he hates you now.
It was a scary story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And he makes love to his hand.
Well, if he likes making love to his hand, this next story might help.
Hey.
Let's see if I can get to it here.
Sure. Love.
Headline from the AP news outlet says a nude man nabbed by police after he did a naked cannonball plunge into a giant aquarium at a Bass Pro Shop in Alabama. Funny thing is, we have a good friend that lives in Alabama. Maybe it was him.
Oh, we won't say any names. Oh, boy.
No, but maybe.
I mean, God bless him. That's another guy I'd like to be friends with. Oh,
I think so. This guy sounds awesome. A man crashed his car outside a Bass Pro Shop in Alabama, stripped down to his birthday suit, and plunged into a giant aquarium inside, the police said.
That was his payback. That was his stress relief of the crash. Like, this brand new car. I just picked it up. I'm going in.
A 42-year-old Alabama man did a cannonball leap into the aquarium and then stood under the waterfall. He left the waterfall to yell at two officers, then dove back into the aquarium. I like that he stopped to yell at a couple.
Yeah, no, you son of a bitch! I fucking crashed my car, you asshole!
The man eventually climbed over the side of the aquarium and fell onto the concrete floor below. The police then apprehended him, and I think that's about it. He faces charges including public lewdness, disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief.
We miss out on everything.
That never happens when I go to any store. I don't see anybody stripped down to a cannonball into an aquarium.
Remember we were walking through that one mall? I think it was you and I, and I was this close. There was somebody was selling all these like wooden, I don't know if they were birdhouses or what, and I was seriously contemplating on running and jumping into them.
I think I remember that. I
was like, should I? I was close. I should have done it. Looking back, like stealing the Christmas tree at that hotel during the Christmas party. We got close
so badly. He got close. So badly. We're sitting there, and all night he just kept saying, I just want to grab that Christmas tree and run.
Decorated
like,
and all.
You can't grab the
door.
It is sad when I have to be the voice of reason. Yeah. But I'm just like, no, dude, you can't take the Christmas tree. They're like, I want to take that Christmas. And he wasn't smirking. No. He wasn't smirking. He was dead serious.
I wanted
Glenn wanted to take that Christmas tree and just run across the parking lot.
I'm telling you, I wasn't always the role model citizen I am today. That was probably
he was my guest at that party, so I was like,
yeah,
dude, you can't. No.
I think that's the only reason why I didn't. I was like, yeah, it wouldn't be good for you Monday morning at work.
And I appreciate that, Len.
Yeah,
I appreciate that
because the devil's knocking on my door that night. I was, remember I even said, all I got to do is get to the parking lot. If I get tackled by 15 cops once I get out there, it's still worth it.
Yep. Yeah, he had it all planned out. He was ready to get tackled, to be apprehended. He just wanted to get to a certain part of the parking lot.
And I was hoping that there was like a 20-foot extension cord on the tree so it stayed lit 3/4, if not my whole way out the front door with it.
Sure. That would have made it so much better.
That would have been living. But at least we tormented every single person that walked to the lobby that night and told them to pick out a gift because one of them was a fishbone.
Literally, we sat at this Christmas party. The party was going on in the room. People aren't having a good time. Len and I are sitting in the lobby of the hotel that it was at, just by ourselves, drinking.
Yes.
And every person that walked in, there was a Christmas tree, and there were obviously fake presents underneath the tree. And every time somebody walked in, they're like, well, welcome to, I won't say the name of the hotel, welcome to the name of the hotel. Please help yourself to a present on the way by. One's a fishbone.
One was a fishbone.
Every single person that night, and we even had the manager of the hotel come out and ask us to leave to go join the party with the rest of them. No, we're good.
Now we're good. We're good.
This is comfortable right here. I'm doing all I can to stop my friend here from stealing your Christmas tree and running out in the parking lot. Leave us be.
I may or may not leave with your decorations. If I leave, I'm taking the tree. Those were the days, Andy. Those were the days.
Yeah, looking again, back, that was 25 years ago, probably.
Oh, yes. So we should have done it. It should have happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of them things.
We would have recovered eventually.
Oh, yeah. You would have lost your job. But then again, you probably...
No doubt, but
you could have just...
That would have been the time to do it.
Yeah. Like, I don't even know that guy.
Nah. This guy?
And he lied to me. I opened every gift under that tree. There was not one of them had a fish carcass in it. Not one.
Not one goddamn fishbone.
If you could turn back time. If you could just turn back time.
That's what Cher said.
That goes along with one of the big hairy slobs that we could have left behind in a town that we were driving around in. We had a hairy slob with us, remember?
We did.
One of the worst things, the biggest regrets in life is we could have left that slob behind.
Didn't leave him stranded.
Yeah, we could have. We did, but we went back. And you know,
we felt bad.
God love him, but we should have left him. We should have left him just for fun and future laughs.
I, off the top of my head, thought of there was a movie rental place, and I said, hey, go see if they have the movie Wing Commander. Because it started with a W, and I knew he would have gone to go to the back wall. And as soon as he started walking there, we turned around, jumped in Len's vehicle, and just drove.
We did. We contemplated, but we went back. Our conscience made us go back.
Damn. Len lived about 20 minutes away. We're like, we should just go home and eat our pizza.
Oh, yes. Oh, that would have been lovely. Lovely. What a story. We've been like, yeah, we never went back. We never went back.
It's cold winter day.
Oh, man. Sometimes I imagine that we did.
So this is what Len was talking about. This is how we all treated each other. So
yeah, we were friends. That was you know, we're basically friends. Yeah, he was kind of. He wasn't one of the guys that was always around, but oh boy, well, he's probably one of them guys that would basically slice our throats any chance he got a chance.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. But there's no sense in apologizing now.
Oh, oddly enough, how I said I sit and think about like people that I was rude to and mean to, and like, oh, I flipped a bump into someone. He's not one of them. Fuck him.
Fuck him. He's the guy you would duck behind the produce department at Walmart to avoid.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
There he is.
Fuck that.
We should have left him when we had the chance. Yeah. That's good stuff.
Good stuff. Our last story is, and there's not really far you can go with this, but it's just a story about a man that broke into his neighbor's apartment and stabbed him to death because he snored too loud.
No kidding. You know.
Yeah, he had it coming.
The sleep apnea thing, you know? The poor bastard. What's wrong with
Agent's
people?
Agent's a bitch.
You know?
Yeah, I know.
That's one of them things. I gotta plug this thing in. It's one of them.
We're wrapping up soon, anyways. Lenny?
You shut up. Shut up.
We're wrapping up soon. We're wrapping up soon.
No, but, you know, the guy was snoring. He was snoring, Andy.
He had it coming.
Fuck him.
He had it coming.
Who wouldn't have?
As a guy that... My wife says that I snore. I stayed awake all night last night. Didn't hear a snore once.
Yeah, well, you know, you sleep with one eye open because now she's got ideas. She'll stab you to death. She'll stab you, Andy.
Oh, she will.
She's going to stab you. She's going to give you the old Phil Hartman.
I believe everybody at my wedding warned me that at some point
it's going to happen.
That's how it's going to end.
Yep.
She's going to stab me. That'll be the end of Andy.
Now, hopefully she gives you the old Lorena Bobbitt quick before the initial stab. You know?
No, I don't like that idea, Len. I can't follow with that. No, Lorena Bobbitt.
Oh,
no.
Afterwards, maybe. I mean, you'll be dead. Come on.
As long as she cherishes it, like puts it on, puts it on a mantle or something, like yeah.
You know, talk about shrinkage.
Not that it's anything special.
For them who don't know, Lorena Bobbitt, we're aging ourselves now.
That's true. Yeah, Lorena Bobbitt was famous for her husband I think her husband used to beat her, maybe
something.
And so he beat her one night, and she waited till he fell asleep, and she cut his cock and balls off.
She did, and he deserved it.
Drove down the road, threw it out the window of the car.
Fuck him. Imagine somebody going out to check their mail the next day, like, what the hell? Giving it a little kick.
Imagine somebody going for a walk. What's that?
You cock. Imagine all the other guys that she might have dated or had a relationship with before she flipped out on her husband and diced his loins off.
Right?
Oh, talk about dodging a bullet. Oh, man, she was such a sweet girl.
Man, am I glad I never hit that girl.
Oh, no. Yeah. Lorena.
Hitting women is wrong. If you do.
I wonder what he's up to these days.
They sewed it back on. They sewed it back on. They were able to reattach it. I'll have to look up for exact information. But I remember on the news, he even claimed later that it was fully functioning.
Oh, I wonder if they put it on upside down. Man, this is the shit. They saved it, but they sewed it on upside down.
Son of a...
I can't catch a break.
I'm trying to think. So would he have to... Would he have to sit down? No, he wouldn't be able to sit down to pee. Because I don't know, yeah.
Still be able to pee, right? Yeah. It would just look awkward.
It would just look weird. Yeah, I think it would look weird. I don't think it would change the functionality, I guess.
You know, if it was fully functionable, there was proof that he ran into an issue. So the rest of his life, he took that out in front of his gals. He had some explaining to do if they didn't know him.
Had to be some scarring, some stitches. Or,
I wonder if he gave the doctor a little, hey, could you add a little packing in there when you add a little newspaper or something? Fill that sucker up.
Take some of the skin off my elbow and
let's
fix it.
Let's experiment with that.
The rest of his life, what the fuck happened to your elbow? No.
Gross. No. Is that what they call tennis elbow?
Did you ever see his elbows?
He's got a beautiful dick, but his elbow's disgusting. Beautiful. Can't stop looking at it. What? As soon as his elbow comes out, what a dick.
That's a man that should never wear short sleeves.
Oh, man. He can walk around with his peck out anytime he wants. But
catch that.
What a dick. What a dick.
What a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's some good stuff, Andy.
That's some good stuff. And I think that's a good place because we went way over our 20 minutes today, which is, again, not a hard set rule, but we want people to watch. Yeah. And some people will look at a time and be like, oh, this is an hour, and be like, screw that. But hey, it's a good thing. We're on Spotify, and I'm going to start going into other ways to release it. Or you can do like I do. If sometimes I'm sitting at my deck.
Andy,
sitting at sitting at my desk, and I'll put YouTube on and just minimize it and keep listening and keep working. It's like listening to a podcast. So it's good in your car. Different. Yeah, there's lots of ways you can listen. So we encourage you to. We thank you for supporting us. We got a lot of really nice messages after last week's episode, and that every one of them meant a lot to me. Yeah, and I shared each one with Len. And
nice to hear from old friends too.
Yep. He said, fuck them.
Fuck them.
I don't know. No, he was, Len was really appreciative of it. And so, yeah, we love it. Those of you that don't know us, we don't always talk about farts this much. So that's not what the show's going to be. But that was pretty funny on the plane. So
he's still one of my favorite people in the world now.
Had to go there, and we'll try to find a name for you, Len, and we can look him up and maybe have him on the show. And
oh yes,
maybe he'll fart.
I hope he farts
for us.
He's got to fart.
Yes, this won't be a fart-centric show, I promise. But
every once in a while,
we had to address it. So
you can't let
there was a
debris,
smelly elephant in the room.
Debris.
There was debris.
There was debris.
There was debris. So check us out on nonsensezone.com. I got to update that website a little bit, but it also gives you the link to the episodes link. And then there's our YouTube channel, which if you could subscribe to that would be amazing. Again, our goal is 12.
Oh yeah.
We want to go from 11 subscribers to 12.
Oh yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Again, thank you all. Thank Lenny Bruce. Lenny Bruce, he's the funny one. I come up with the ideas. It works out well.
I'm just here.
And we will be back again next week with a new episode. Again, probably shooting for 20. Maybe like this one, it just flowed and we'll just keep going. But
hopefully good for a laugh.
By the seat of our pants.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, we're here to put smiles on your face. If we go the opposite way, we apologize. But remember, we're just a couple of idiots, and there's no reason to get offended about something an idiot says. So
debris.
Yeah. Debris.
Moist.
So. So, again, thanks, and we will see you next week.
Peace.